We are about halfway through the year, and 2019 has provided some of the most fun I've had in years as a fan of multiplayer shooters on PC. We've already had some solid games come out, with many more to come, and here's just a short handful of games I have been enjoying this year, and some games I am excited for later this year. Apex Legends, developed by Respawn Entertainment, dropped out of seemingly nowhere in February and was a huge hit. Now normally I'm not a big Battle Royale fan, but Apex hit the itch in the right way for me, with its faster gameplay and extremely satisfying gunplay. Apex since its release has received some flack for its lack of meaningful new content, but with Season 2 coming out soon, this is as good a time as any to check out the title again. If you happen to be a fan of World War II shooters, then Battalion 1944 may be your jam. Developed by Bulkhead Interactive, this Kickstarter game came out of early access in May, and is a blast. I will be honest, I have not put as much time into this game as some of the others on this list, but Battalion really captures the classic FPS feel a la Call of Duty 2, and using the sniper in this game, some of the most fun I have had this year. So if that sounds like something that would be fun to you, it is worth checking out, and it is currently on sale for $15.99, so it is pretty reasonably priced. Another game that released in May, Splitgate, which was developed by 1047 Games, is currently the shooter I am playing the most of. I did a review of this game on the channel, so if you want my in-depth thoughts, check that out. But basically, Splitgate is the combination of Halo combined with Portals. The game may not be perfect, but 1047 Games has already been hard at work addressing the player base's issues, so as long as they keep that up, this could be a solid game. And it is a free-to-play title, so what is better than free? If you happen to be more a fan of the looter-shooter genre than versus type games, then The Division 2 is an awesome game to check out. Developed by Ubisoft, The Division 2 came out back in March and was pretty well received, unlike the other major looter shooter that was released this year, Anthem. This is another title I have not played much of, but you can easily sink hours upon hours into it. Now if you follow the channel at all, you will know I'm a huge Halo fan, and Halo is finally making its return to the PC this year. And although we do not have an exact release date, the Master Chief Collection will begin rolling out the different Halo titles, and is easily the game I am most excited for on this list. I cannot wait to get back into a full-fledged Halo experience, and on PC nonetheless. 343 is putting in the work to make sure the Master Chief Collection runs properly on PC, instead of being a crappy port, and as long as they are successful in that endeavor, I easily see this eating my free time in the coming months. They are making sure the PC release will support 4K, HDR, along with proper mouse and keyboard support. Along with that, the entire collection will have reach-style progression in multiplayer, and they will be implementing multiplayer seasons too with their own themes and unlocks. I think this is a great step to keep players engaged with the game, and 343 is even smart enough to launch with the TU settings for Halo Reach's multiplayer, instead of the out-of-the-box settings that had some issues. If you don't know what the TU settings are, they are the title update released later into Reach's lifespan that rebalanced some armor abilities and changed up Bloom, and they were widely preferred by players. Next up is a game we do not have much information about besides the reveal trailer, and that is Call of Duty Modern Warfare. We do know that this will be a reboot of the Modern Warfare franchise, and if it can have anywhere near the impact the original Modern Warfare did on the gaming scene, this game could be amazing. Supposedly the game is running on a new engine, and Infinity Ward is implementing a different type of progression system, so this is the title to keep our eye on as we get more info. It is set to release in October. I am trying to contain my hype for this one though, as COD usually seems to disappoint on PC. But Black Ops 4 was pretty good for what it was, even if the balance on PC was messed up for a while. I haven't played in months, so I don't know the state of it today though. But seeing it on the recent Humble Bundle monthly was not something I expected so soon. I guess it does make sense though to try and get some new players in before the release of the new title. Another game set to release later this year that I am excited for is Borderlands 3, which like the Division 2 occupies the looter-shooter subgenre. It is developed by Gearbox Software and set to release in September. Despite all the shit Gearbox's CEO Randy Pitchford has been getting into as of late, the game looks pretty promising, and should be fun if it can invoke the same feelings Borderlands 1 and 2 did back in the day. I do worry that this genre has moved on though, and if Borderlands does not innovate much, it could end up pretty stale. Borderlands 3 is sort of a last hurrah for Gearbox though, after multiple failed titles in Duke Nukem Forever and Battleborn. So we will see if the series is able to have another hit and save Gearbox, as I imagine they are on their last legs if they release another dud. Lastly is another game we do not have a ton of information on, other than knowing it will come out later this year, and that is Gears 5. Just like the previous Gears of War, this will be on Xbox and PC, but this time, Gears will be making its way to Steam instead of the Windows Store, and that's awesome. I did not play a ton of Gears 4, but the little I played was pretty fun, and Gears will always sort of have its own little niche as the gameplay is a lot different than most other shooters. Gears 1 and 2 were some of the most fun games I played back on Xbox 360, so having the chance to truly sink my teeth into a Gears on PC should be a blast. So yeah, those are some of the games I'm currently playing, and some that I am excited for that are coming out this year. 2019 has been one of the most exciting years as of late for me, and reminds me of my time back on 360 when I played some of my favorite games of all time like Call of Duty 4 and Halo 3. Hopefully the games later this year do not disappoint, but I think even if some of the titles later this year end up being misses, there are still tons of games to play, and that is awesome compared to recent years. If you made it to the end of this video, thank you for watching. If you liked it, feel free to toss a like on the video and subscribe to the channel. And if I missed a game you're excited for, or you think previous years were better for shooters, let me know in the comments. You can also follow me on Twitter, which I'll link below. See you next time.